If you don't mind, can we go back to your senior year
Yeah.
real quick? Because it just occurred to me. You were pregnant basically the
Yeah.
entire year,
Yeah. My whole
right?
senior year.
And how was that? I mean, did you have a? I
You
would
know,
assume some people it takes them maybe a little time to
yeah.
warm up and come back around to like, hey, we're still friends no matter what the
Right.
circumstance. But just talk a little bit about that.
So my closest friends were like just 100% supported me from the very beginning. And, when you're in that situation, um, you know, my biggest thing for me, and really anytime that I've met a challenge in my life, is trying to keep a sense of normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
And so for some in that situation, they kind of probably run away from that. But for me, when I'm stressed, I need that sense of normalcy and anchor. But there were a lot of people that said things about me, but I didn't even know until after, like way later.
Mm.
And I think my friends and the people that really loved me and cared for me, kind of protected me a little bit from some of the things people were saying. And so,
Yeah.
it's definitely a pariah and it's definitely a statistic, but, but at the end of the day, I knew that, when I found out I was pregnant with her, that was my life. That's what,
Yeah.
she's mine. And I was going to take care of her, and I was bound and determined. And my friends, the people that were close to me, knew that I would. And so they very much supported me. But
Sure.
that was a trying time, and for sure that it really, I would like to say it's character building, but I don't even know if that's the correct word for it. But yeah, but she's a huge blessing, and I think to myself, where would I be if I hadn't had her? And
Mm-hmm.
that's where we know God takes things that I don't even want to say intended for harm. Sometimes it is intended for harm, but takes the mistakes that we may make or the things that seem like a mistake and turns them into something good. And
Well, it's just
that's
in
been
her
a
name.
theme throughout my whole life.
Yeah.
So,
That's grace for you,
right,
right?
exactly,
It's
yeah,
in her name.
yeah, yeah. So
Did that affect like where you were in sports or cheerleading or something that
yeah.
affected your ability to participate?
Yeah, so I danced all growing up from the
Yeah.
time I was 3 years old, and I was on the dance team, and of course, in the rules, you can't really actually
Yeah.
be on the dance team and be pregnant. So yeah, I did have to give that up, and that was tough. But my coach was actually really, really graceful about it, and really merciful, and still allowed me to be kind of involved, just not in that
Choreography and
same
stuff.
capacity. Yeah, just kind of be around
Mm-hmm.
choreography, maybe kind of help with practices, and so she was really great about it, and I kind of was surprised because she was kind of tough. So I thought, but she showed me grace as well. And then so I always I grew up dancing at the dance company, which is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Right down the road from you, right?
Yeah, right down the road, and they're still here today and still going strong. And they were a huge support to me, and I can only imagine what probably other parents were saying, because I understand what that looks like. But they made the point to stick by me no matter what, and they were not going to ask me to leave. And I danced up until the point that I gave birth to Lily Grace, and I was actually in the recital a month later.
Really?
Yeah. So again, that sense of normalcy. Now I didn't do all the dances I was supposed to, obviously, but I was still in the few that I could do, and they still made a place for me and allowed me to do finish out that year. I danced on the stage at dance competition even, and I mean, I was pregnant. Now we did Men in Black, so it worked out great because I was in a tuxedo, so I was able to kind of hide that.
Yeah.
But they still showed me that grace and gave me exactly what I needed at that time,
Yeah.
as far as feeling normal and being able to still have my life. Obviously, things change immediately when you're pregnant, so you're not, running around with your friends as much or doing all those things. But
Yeah.
yeah, they still supported me, which was